Now, how you doing? Yes. Can you? I've been poorly. Can you tell it's a washing day? It's spring, man. You're putting your washing out on a line. We have got. That's so bright with it. Loads of these little things now to wash. These just little blankets. Little baby blankets. Yes, if anyone didn't know, I am a granddad. Because I haven't mentioned it on this, but I have mentioned it on the Potty channel. Where's the son? Little baby girl, Jasmine, came, forgot her birthday already. It was a Monday, so last Monday. Funny enough, I cancelled Potty Mouth for that reason. We got to know exactly on 7 o'clock on a night. It's exactly if Potty would have been starting. But I think it was 4:45. A little girl, £9, and I think £9 and £1 now. It was a little bit heavier, but she was a little bit heavier. But I think she's gone down to £9.1. Everything's fine. Mum and little enough fine. So yes. There's lots of these. I see them all the time now, but it's getting washed now because it's, man, red hot through the day. I've had, because I'm an old boy, I wear a vest, t-shirt, I had a black top on, took the dogs, sweating, absolutely sweating. But for last week, I've had this cold that's just knocked me flat. And then we were just about, if anyone doesn't know, I do another channel, like a garden chat show, and on Wednesdays, well actually it comes out on a Friday, a show with Mark to ease into the weekend. And we were just about to do last week's potty. And JB said, I've got toothache, and I know he's having trouble with his teeth. He's got to put his dentures in. He's got an appointment where you've got to wait for ages for an appointment. And then Jessie's come down with it, she says, and I thought, you know what? And I'm just getting over it, man. Was in bed for about 3 days. Just didn't know if I was batting or balling, but you know I can tell. I'm a fighter. I'm a heck. So what I want to do is show you today, trying to get back into the rhythm. Show you today what's going on. That's Prince there with my seedlings. So on Friday, I went into it a little bit. The sun, I'm not used to the sun. On Friday's show, which is on the other channel, me and Mark talked about one subject was chilies. If you want to listen to that, my feelings on it, it comes out. He's walking and falling. Hey man, I'm annoyed with chilies. But anyways, let's show you me seedlings. You'll have to watch that show because I'm not rattling on about it again. So here we go. So I've been, sowing the odd little thing, keeping going, but every time I go to my mum's, I go to a garden centre as well. That's just to kind of get us back into reality. And before yesterday, I picked up some celery Victoria. And I love when you go to a garden, look at there's 2 in there. Because there's only, and I noticed when I was at the counter, there's only 1 there. But there's 2 in most of them, so that's all right. £2.49, I think. So I set away, because I found these little trays. Now, I did a little experiment. I think I might have mentioned this, I'm not sure. Marathon seeds, which actually they need watering. I've got a number 2 and a 4. I put 4 seeds in there, 2 in there, and 1 in there. The marathon one's been a great germination. I always like to get an early batch away, just to kind of, I feel lucky with an early batch of marathon. These like the broccoli, the big-headed broccolis. All year round collie. Hasn't been startling, but 1, 2, 3. I've got, say, 5 that I'm happy with. Maybe it's because there was a couple there, I'm just pulling, I don't know, but it wasn't his best germination. And then the Boltardi beetroot, I put 4 in each one of them. So I can manage. I don't like the big one. I've got a big one. And that's 2. But them are just nice and dinky little ones. That is me celeriac, which I pricked out and got going. I think I sowed that on the 10th of Feb, and I've got some coriander under there, which is doing. I mean, it's a tough old bird, that, to be honest. Garden centre stuff, just strawberries. I think I've showed you them before. Even though it got some heat in here, it's just still knocking this. I don't know if it was just too much in a pot, but didn't work, didn't seem to happy. This is lobelia from a garden centre. I bought them, remember I bought them in these little trays. When I pricked out them ones, I got some more and pricked out them ones. So this is my basil that I did in the, what do you call it, man, the lep pot, you know, the hydroponic system. This was the first lot of the things I've sown in there, and they're coming along great. Do you know what I mean? A few bought tomatoes and chilies that when I go to the garden centre and I see me mum, you know what I mean? So I also picked up, I can't read, sweet and neat lemon sherbet. Picked up a couple of them as well. These are I think these are just like sweet peppers if I remember. But look at the size of them. This is what's got me, I'm rethinking my whole strategy on, and there's my chilies. Now yeah, they're alright, you know what I mean, they're coming along. But 5th of Feb, you know what I mean? Did they set them off in December or something? But all 5th of Feb, this Cheyenne, look at that. And I was talking to Morgan, but Mark's are even worse than mine, do you know what I mean? Now, well, I'll tell you now, you don't have to go over there and watch it. I'm not paying the money for, say, 6 chilies, and I've done the experiment, I'll tell you about it. I'm not going to pay the amount of money it must cost to heat this, and I started late, 5th of Feb. If I'd counted in January, you know, with the heaters and everything like that, well, it cost a small fortune, hey man, hey, yeah. So I'm going to try, and I've ordered them already, plug plants. I've ordered, I think, maybe 6 jalapeno from Sea Seeds, and I've used their seeds before for salad seeds. The only caveat is you don't get them till, I think, mid-April, May. So you're on your, you know what I mean, if they go wrong, yeah, you've got no backup. I think for me though, if I can find some decent chili seeds, in garden centres, I'm just going to next year do that and not worry, because all these needed like a tickle heat. These things need, you know what I mean, and they look, to be honest, as if they've stalled a little. I think they're coming now, but because you can see like the true leaves, but it looked like they'd stalled for a couple of weeks. So more basil there. That basil was actually from the propagator, the lep pot up there as well. So and I've got some, so down here, what's that? Let's see, Savoy cabbage, virtuous, is that right? Some swede, some Panis Island cos, they're in the shade actually, red drumhead, red cabbage, and Calibeth Bossalo, red cabbage as well. They're the 2 that actually kicked off great. Got all them from Grown Local. Most of these are from Grown Local, the seeds. And then they're just the spares that are from the aubergines and the the aubergines. That's them there. Now Mark's his aubergines look amazing, to be honest. So what I've noticed though, in garden centres, there was only one that did chilies, and I've been to 4, you know, when I go back from my mum's, they're not stocking them. I'm not seeing chilies in garden centres. So I don't know if it's just a bit of, I've got some Musselburgh leeks down there as well, a couple more tomatoes, more that sweet, and I think these are a potato, these are the outdoor girl ones though. And I've just been watering from the bottom. So even garden centres aren't stocking them this year for some reason. I don't know if it's just, even where, you know, most garden centres, they put them indoors, but it's still a coldish, I don't know, maybe it's just awkward for them. But I'm fed up with them, to be honest. It's like, and Mark summed it up great when we chatted, because we recorded the Friday show on the Wednesday, yesterday. It's like, there's too many variations. You know, you're faffing on. Is it the heat? Is it the light? Am I using too cold of water? There's loads, and it's just like the hassle it causes. Because I remember getting some super hots years ago when I had the hut with, you know what I mean? Now, if you could get just super hots off it, not super hots, like jalapenos or what you call them, Hungarian hot wax off eBay. Now I know there's the eBays they're not what you really buy, but what are you doing there? What are you doing? But it's just frustrating, to be honest. Because the main thing is the money. I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't mind if it's working, but if it's just a faff on all the time, it's just not. It's spoiling it. Because if you notice, I haven't sown my tomatoes. I'll be sowing them round about the 24th of this month, few days time. So that's when, you know, I want to kind of, in anger kind of thing. And that's what I should be, not bloody January, February bills, you know. Our electric bills went up again. Well, everybody's has, you know, in the UK, and it's just like, just buy 6, 20 quid. You know what I mean? That's me, honestly. 6, you know, put them in the quad grows, you'll get a great crop. We've still got sauce, you know, I'm getting down Audrey's path there now. We've still got sauce in the fridge from the last years, you know. Anyway, I will see you again. Look after yourselves. Take good care.